In today's video, we will be discussing how to conquer your fears. That's right. So if you got any fears, this is definitely the video for you. All you gotta do is stick around to the very end, and I promise you, you won't be sorry. And look, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff to JD's Network if you have not already. While I talk about fitness and everyday motivation, baby. Things you need in order to proceed. All right? So look, let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Hello and welcome. Today we're going to explore one of the most universal human experiences, fear. Each of us at some point have been paralyzed by fear, whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown. But fear doesn't have to control us. Today, I'll walk you through a step-by-step guide on how not to confront your fear, but transform into a powerful force for growth. So let's begin with awareness. Fear often hides in the shadows, but when we bring it into the light, we disarm it. Take a moment and think about a fear that's held you back. Is it fear of starting a new career? Fear of speaking up in the group? Write it down. Give it a name. When we name a fear, it loses some of its power. Instead of being an abstract looming threat, it becomes something concrete we can understand and face. Next, we need to understand the source of our fear. Often fear is a product of past experiences or internal narratives we built. Think back to a time when you felt fear. What was happening? Were you criticized? Were you trying something new? By exploring these roots, you realize that many fears are not absolute. They're often stories we've told ourselves. Once we recognize this, we have the power to change the narrative. Now let's talk about reframing, because this is a game changer. Instead of fearing failure, we can reframe it as a teacher. Think of every time you fall as a lesson in disguise, because you reframe fear. You take back the pen of the story. Imagine yourself in the future, looking back on this moment, proud of how you choose courage over comfort. So let's add a practical tool, visualization. Every morning, take just a few minutes to picture yourself succeeding. Imagine standing tall, speaking with confidence, overcoming obstacles. You see, our brains don't always differentiate between real experiences and imagined ones. So when we visualize, we prime ourselves for action. This is how champions prepare, even the ones inside of us. Another tool is action. Fear often thrives where it stays abstract. Take one small step towards what scares you. If it's starting a business, commit to a phone call. If it's fear of rejection, apply for that job or ask for the date. Small steps build momentum. And as you take these steps, you realize fear is just a guest, not the host of your life. And let's not underestimate the power of community. When we face fear alone, it often feels bigger. When we share it with others, suddenly we have allies. Seek out a support network, whether it's a friend who encourages you, a coach who guides you, or a group that shares similar struggles. Together, you remind each other that fear is a passage, not a prison. And here's something crucial. Celebrate every success. You see, fear can sometimes make us discount the small wins. Did you speak up once it felt impossible? Celebrate it. Did you apply for that job that you thought was out of reach? Celebrate it. These small victories build confidence. They remind you that fear is just a chapter in your story, not the ending. So as we close, let's remember self-compassion. Fear is hard. Be kind to yourself. Finally, practice self-compassion. Fear can be a tough teacher, and setbacks are a part of the journey. When you stumble, don't beat yourself up. Instead, remind yourself that courage isn't the absence of fear. It's acting despite it. Every step you take, every time you face fear, you're building resilience. So as you leave today, remember that fear is a natural part of growth. You have everything you need inside you. Be patient, take small steps, and know that courage is a muscle you strengthen it every day. You got this. Hey look, thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time. All right, look, as you know, that's the end of the video. That was how to conquer your fears. So I know you love this content. So make sure you like, share, subscribe to JD's Network, the hottest channel on the planet, where I talk about fitness and everyday motivation. Things you need in order to proceed. And look, if you'd like to support the work I do, you can hit me on Cash App at $JustLove966. And I also got a Patreon page. That's patreon.com/GetFitForLife212. All right? So look, I want to thank you for watching. Other than that, I'll catch y'all in the very next video. Peace out.